All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rekakadash. Now we finna see how VOCAB MALONE tell this amazing lie, and we're gonna go into the scriptures and give the understanding.
This is a way to mess with him a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Who worship us though, now watch, Paul's going to say, I'm saying this, but let me give you a little autobiography. Though I myself have reason for confidence of flesh. It's like, oh, do you want to go there? I could go there. But watch what he's going to say. This is crazy. Imagine giving your credentials and then saying they don't matter. That's what he's going to do. Also, if anyone else thinks he has reason for confidence in the flesh, I have more. Circumcised on the 8th day, of the people of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of Hebrews. So all the physical flesh qualifications. First king came out of Benjamin. He's named Saul. He's named Saul too.
Now we see what he's trying to do, but he cutting himself. See, he's showing how he just cutting himself, man. When you go back to Philippians 3:3, he said, I have no confidence in the flesh. Now, he's letting it be known it's not just because of the flesh, but he letting you know it is because of the flesh. See, that's why he said what he said in Romans 9:6 about all Israel is not Israel, and what he said in Galatians 6:16 about the Israel of God, because it's going to be an Israel that's going to be the elect of Israel. See, this is just a simple understanding, because he's letting you know that he have confidence in the flesh. You can't say, I don't like Edomites, but I do like Edomites. Come on, man. You contradicting yourself. You double-minded. See, he's not being double-minded, because he's letting you know when it all falls down, he's not leaning on that the fact that he's an Israelite. It's the fact that he's an Israelite that's following the Spirit of God, that's following the truth. And then he gives you something for these Gentiles so they can understand he do have confidence, because he showed you what the confidence was in. His confidence was that he was circumcised on the 8th day. He was a stock of Israel, the tribe of Benjamin, Hebrew of Hebrews, touching the law, even a Pharisee. See? Then he just cut himself when he get to verse 3. I'm not gonna go into everything VOCAB line Malone is gonna bring out, but he just cut all these Christians, touching the righteousness which is written in the law, blameless, meaning he was following the laws of God, man, of the Mosaic law. He was blameless. He was following it. See, he was boasting in this. This is not the only place. Let's get 2 Corinthians. See, he did the same thing in 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. Let me put it up on the screen. Okay, 2 Corinthians 11:22. He did the same thing. Let's start at 21 to get the context. He says, I speak as concerning reproach, as though we had been weak. Howbeit, whereinsoever any is bold, I speak foolishly. I am bold also. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. See, he's proven this is what you got to be. He's given the qualification of what you got to be acceptable to God. What you got to be doing what Yahweh is talking about. To be on Yahweh's good side. This is what you got to be. You got to be a Hebrew. You got to be an Israelite, which is they getting the blessings of Abraham. These are the ministers of Christ. That's why when you go back to Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 8, it say, let's go get it on the screen. Ephesians 3 and 8. It says, Salakia. Philippians, I'm talking about Ephesians, Salakia. Philippians 3 and 8. Okay. And is it 8? No, it's not 8. Okay. Verse 2, Salakia. It says, beware of dogs, beware of evil workers, beware of the consension, whatever that is. So he pretty much saying, beware of these Gentiles that's going to come up and run their mouth and try to make it to where they are Israelites and they are acceptable to God and they are part of the circumcision and they spiritual Israelites. See, telling people that they ain't got to keep the law. Evil workers. This is what he talking about. And he just probably knew they was gonna harp on what he said, that he had no confidence of the flesh. But then it's like he thought about it in the middle of saying it. I have, when it comes to Yahweh Mashiach, I have no confidence of the flesh, even though I got confidence of the flesh, because I'm an Israelite, man. See, VOCAB line MALONE, he gonna try to act like the first statement was what he was talking about. No, that wasn't what he was talking about. He was saying that he is of the elect of Israel. See, that he ain't just holding on to the fact that he's an Israelite. He's an Israelite that's practicing the law blameless. He doing what he's supposed to do as an Israelite. And he's putting faith on Yahweh Shah. He's saying all of that was verse 7, but the things were gained to me, those are counted loss for Yahweh Shah. So he would have counted all of that stuff lost for Yahweh Shah. Those things wasn't more important than Yahweh Shah as an Israelite. See, because he dealing with a bunch of Israelites that want to talk about they don't have faith in Yahweh Shah. All they got to do is keep the commandments and deal with what Moses wrote down. See, and they not saying believing that Yahweh Shah came to fulfill all these prophecies that was in Psalms and in the prophets and with Moses. See, you had to believe in the prophecies being fulfilled through Yahweh Shah. So these new Gentiles can have faith on Yahweh Shah because he's going to be the high priest. He's going to be the one that's going to deal with their sins. There's not going to be a high priest. A temple is going to be destroyed. And they're going to need Yahweh Shah to help them cover their sins. They're not going to be able to do animal sacrifice anymore through a priesthood. Not going to be a priesthood anymore. They're going to need Yahweh Shah. They're not just gonna need a law, but this is what he was saying, and he did this in uh 2 Corinthians 11. Let me go back to 2 Corinthians 11 one more time. He says, verse 23, are they ministers of Christ? I speak as a fool. I am more in labors of more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent, in death oft. 24, of the Jews 5 times received about 40 stripes, save one. So he's letting it be known, listen, man, these people done persecuted me more than any Israelite. See? So when you go into Romans 3, this is exactly what he was talking about in Romans 3. Because this was this Geno Jennings, he want to go and tell a bold-faced lie about Romans 3. He was saying the same thing he was saying in Philippians 3 and in 2 Corinthians 11. It says, verse 1, what advantage then have the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because unto them were committed the oracles of God. See, you had an advantage if you was a Jew. Why? Romans 9, starting at verse 3, for I wish that myself was accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. See, it is about the flesh. Who are Israelites, who pertain to adoption and the glory of the covenants and the giving of the law, the service of God, and the promises. When it comes to the promises, this is what it's all about. See? And the only point he was making in Philippians is that you got to be righteous, man. You just can't be blind to Yahushua, blind to the facts that Yahushua came and fulfill these prophecies. And you have to follow his example. And you have to follow his example as giving the glory unto the Father. And giving the glory unto the Father by obeying the Father and keeping his laws and understanding the will of God, what he wants you to do, what's acceptable to him. Not to be just talking about the law, the law, the law, the law. No, it's bigger than it's the whole operation. Because if you talking about you're gonna keep the law, but then in Revelation 13:16, when the mark of the beast come, you don't know what that means. That ain't got nothing to do with you. It's all about you keeping some law. And you gonna die with the rest of them, man. Because it's bigger than the law. It got to go through the whole the volume of the book. Yahushua is the volume of the book. Let's see if I can grab that in Hebrews 12 or 13. Shalakia. Alright, Hebrews 10:7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do your will, O God. See, this is what this whole situation was about. It was about Yahushua, man. And if these people want to talk about keeping some law as an Israelite, you done lost your mind because you don't understand who the whole situation was about. See, it was about Yahushua. And so this is what Paul was trying to get across to these freaking Israelites, the new ones and the one that was Jews in the and under the Pharisees and the Sadducees and whoever the leaders was sitting in Moses' seat. The people that was under them and new converts, he was trying to let them know that yes, you got to be an Israelite and you can even boast in being an Israelite, but you best to be keeping the faith in Yahushua, who is the volume of the book. Everything was pointing to him. See, and you got to follow what he was prescribing. You see, he came, especially Revelation with Apostle John, who was his bosom friend, his close friend. He gave all kind of stuff going on in Revelation. And if you miss out on that, it's going to mean your death. But VOCAB, lying Malone, he just cut himself, man. That's all he doing. He's a liar, and he fall on the sword. See, that's why it's called a double-edged sword. Shoot, I'm in Hebrew. Let's go ahead and get it. They say the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than a two-edged sword. See, he done cut himself, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is the discerner of the thoughts and intentions of the heart. See, his intent is to tell a bold-faced lie and to try to support Christianity, which is also going to end up supporting who is these people over there in the Holy Land. See, that's all Christianity really was established for, to certify those people over there in that land. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.